thanks so much for watching. Today I'm going to plan the first week of 2019, and like everyone else, I cannot believe 2018 is over. This is a mini kit from Wild Summer Designs called Stella, and it did not come with any headers, so I pulled in some rose gold foil headers from Wild Summer Designs as well. And I'm just going to lay down the base of the kit, the full boxes, sidebar, things like that. This week I did a day by day kind of plan as I go, and this is obviously being posted the week after. I just thought it might be more accurate, of course, because I'm using an Erin Condren and a B6. So the B6 I use mainly as my plan ahead, and then the Erin Condren I want to use more as a actual plans, like what actually went down. So that's what I'm doing here. The theme of this kit I love so much. I love anything that has to do with like stars and astrology and the moon and the different phases of the moon, and you're going to probably see a lot of kits similar to this as the year goes on. And I'm really happy that a lot of the planner girls that I watch are back. A lot of people kind of fell off towards the end of the year, myself included, and I'm just so happy everybody's kind of back in the swing of things, and there's so much to kind of watch and be inspired by. It's a really awesome feeling to start the year feeling inspired and wanting to kind of get stuff done. What my goal is for 2019, I had briefly mentioned this. I'm not doing resolutions per se, but I want to have a focus for the year. A lot of people are doing the like word of the year, and I'm going to do something that's kind of like a take on that. So I'm the kind of person where I basically put everyone else's needs before my own. And I will literally give you my last dollar if you need it. And that's just who I am. And I don't want to change that, but I do want to start to focus more on myself and the things that make me happy and the things that I like to do. And, maybe learn how to say no every once in a while to other people and put myself first. So the goal I have for this year is self. And each month I'm going to focus on a different part of myself. And I basically break it down like into different categories. I have no idea where I wrote the list down. I'm trying to find it. Sorry, that was my chair. But for January, for example, I'm focusing on self-respect. And what I mean by that is having the respect for myself to take care of my health, take care of my home, take care of my like outward appearance, like things that are important that need to come first. And as far as like the appearance, I am very into makeup. I always have been. That's not like a thing. It's more of taking care of my appearance as far as making sure like I moisturize my face every night, and I wash my face every night, and wash my hair, and like all those kind of things that for somebody like myself that is very, I hate to use the word busy, but busy, doing a million things that maybe I don't necessarily need to be doing, my self-care goes on the back burner. So this month, we're at self-respect, and that's basically where I'm working. I'm going to value my time, care for my health, my body, my mind, have pride in my work, my home, appearance, my relationships, stick to my commitments and be reliable and be consistent. And it comes down a lot to schedules and planning and time management, things like that. So I'm pretty focused on that. I really want to get it together. We all have the same amount of hours in every day, and I want to be as productive as I possibly can with mine. So I've implemented, it's like a checklist I had printed from, it was just Senia Printables. She had a monthly booklet, like a B6 monthly book that you can print out, where 2 of the pages were the month view, and then the 2 pages, I believe it's either behind it or in front of it, were like a giant list of habit trackers. So on that list, which I'll show you guys in my B6, it's basically every day I'm going to check off that I showered. I brushed my teeth in the morning, I brushed my teeth at night, I did a meditation, which I don't ever seem to focus enough to get down to. I've done it twice. No, that's not even true. I've done it once. And today is the 8th? 9th? What is today? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's the 9th. So things like that. Like when I take the 10 minutes and just like kind of listen to a meditation and just kind of chill out, I feel so much better. And I know that. But for some reason, I can't devote that 10 minutes to myself. And I'm really working on making that a priority. In the checklist, I'll have things like take my vitamin, take my medication. I'm trying to kind of implement a basic workout. I am super out of shape and it's terrible. And I know I'm not going to run a marathon tomorrow, but you have to start somewhere, I guess. So I'm kind of starting that routine and checking off each day that I'm doing, the 4 or 5 little things that I want to do to get that going. And I keep saying for I don't know how long that I'm going to take time to read. I love reading, and I just, again, don't make time for it. So I want to kind of dedicate some time for that every day. And again, having not done it yet, I have right there in the sidebar, I'm going to read. I have this book my mom had given me called The Rent Collector. And she warned me up front. She's like, the beginning is slow going, but once you get into it, it's really good. You just have to get past those first couple chapters. I can't get first the past chapter, and I'm trying. It happened to me last year. I read this book called The Light Between Oceans, I think it was called. Again, recommendation from my mom. And I just couldn't get into it. And then one day I just sat down and I just read it, and it was so good. And I was like, you gotta just give things a chance. Like, if I just sit down with this book, I'm sure I'll like it too. But, again, one of the things I'm working towards. So now that I've droned on and on and on and on, let's get back to the planner here. And also what I'm gonna do is, like, in the notes page, at the end of each month, I want to kind of make those pages dedicated to each part of this kind of self journey that I'm going to be on for this year. And I'm kind of stoked to see how it goes. What couple of the other things I have, it's, like I was saying, this month is self-respect, and they all kind of bleed into each other. But then I have self-love, worth, value, confidence, realization, improvement, control, care, prioritize, awareness. Did I have that already? And self-reflection. So let's see how it goes. You never know until you try. If you haven't caught that, I cannot spell collector. I always put ER. I eventually realize I go back and fix it. But yeah, don't worry. I know I spelled that wrong. It's been a long couple months, guys. And I'm going to be catching up on my posting of videos. I have them all recorded. I just haven't had, some quiet time to kind of do the voiceover. I'm not really able to do a talk through. I'm going to try. I feel like it would be a lot easier. But, where I live, it's constantly noisy. There's little kids downstairs. They're always screaming and banging things around, and they're the cutest, so I'm not mad at it whatsoever, but it makes it very hard to record a voiceover. And then truthfully, when my husband's home, I feel stupid. It's like I'm sitting here talking to you guys, but really it just looks like I'm talking to myself. And he could care less. He would, sit here and talk to me and tell me like, oh, that's good. Like, tell them about that sticker. And, like, he's awesome. But I just feel stupid. I know. I'll get over it. Everyone does, right? Anyway, I had a wedding on New Year's Eve. This wedding was insane. It was so fun. And she had, I've never seen this before, where it was a band and a DJ, like, together. So it's basically like the DJ was playing the music. The band was enhancing the music. Like, they were playing along with it, singing along with it. Like, it was just really, really cool. She had like a booth where you can have your caricature, I can never say that word, drawn, which I never ended up getting over to because the line was kind of nuts. It was like the most fun wedding ever. And so we had that on New Year's Eve. And then the next day was my niece's birthday. She turned 2. Then we basically went over to the house. We had cake with her. Her mom had made her a unicorn cake. It was so cute. And other than that, I basically like chilled out. I watched The Twilight Zone because to me, that's what New Year's is. It's Twilight Zone binging. I love it. So I was kind of, I don't want to say disappointed, but like, I guess disappointed that I couldn't spend my entire New Year's watching Twilight Zone. But I figured, you know what? It's a new year. Maybe a new start is what I need. So what my husband did was we can get the entire series of the Twilight Zone on like Netflix or Hulu, one of those, maybe Amazon Prime. I'm not totally sure which one, but one of them. So my darling angel of a husband made a spreadsheet and numbered it basically like I think it's 1 to like 150 something of all of the episodes of the Twilight Zone. And then we have our Amazon, is it Echo Dot, whatever it is, pick a random number. It's basically the same way I would do with my giveaways. And whatever number it is, my husband has a spreadsheet of what season, what episode. So we'll have it pick a random number. That's the episode we watch. We basically do like 1 or 2 a night. And I love it. I love the Twilight Zone. It's one of those things that like my mom loves it. My grandmother loves it. It's just like our tradition. And I'm glad we found that solution because, yeah, I could sit there and watch it and binge it on Netflix or whatever, but that's not fun. I don't want to know what episode's coming up next. I want to be surprised. So that's why this method my hubby came up with worked for me. I love it. Now, these work labels. These were a printable sticker that I had. I want to say it's like Ruby Iris something or other. I'm going to find it and I'll link it in the description. But they came with like all these different colors, like pastel colors, like blues, greens, pinks, purples, whatever. And I forget I have them. And I found that and I thought the pink kind of picked up on the hints of pink in this kit. So I was stoked to have found that. Basically, I used mostly what came with this kit. The couple of foiled stickers are from Wild Summer Designs, my usual Coffee Monster Co. prescription bottle and little emojis, munchkins. I think Once More with Love is the munchkins, right? Coffee Monsters Co. are the emojis. Whatever. So the birthday stickers are from Hurricane Randy, and let's see what else we have here. Yeah, this is like one of those weeks where like the holidays honestly super threw me off. I'm a very routine person, as I'm sure most of us planners are. So to have basically 2 days out of the week that I'm, for lack of a better word, losing, because it's, a holiday, a wedding, or whatever, it really kind of throws me off. So I had to make up my work hours. I did not technically have off on Monday, and I did not have any time accrued to use because I've gotten so sick the past few months. It's been insane. So I had to kind of work a bunch of extra hours to make up for the time I had missed on Monday. And oh man, it was exhausting. Like, my job it's not physically difficult, it's just kind of mentally draining. So by the time I got home, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I wanted to do nothing but sit on my couch and binge Psych and just look for the pineapple in Psych. This was a sampler from Wild Summer Designs that had come with the monthly kits I had gotten for January and February. And I thought the blue roses were pretty. I just wanted to add them in here. They don't necessarily match exactly, but I like them. Okay, so all that deco. These mini kits that she had recently reformatted don't have date covers, but they do have a ton of deco. So I'm gonna just basically do what I'm doing here and use the deco in the top. I didn't have any date covers that I thought would go with this kit specifically. I have colorful ones, I have gold, I have silver, but because this was rose gold, I didn't want to kind of mix the metals on this particular week. So yeah, this was Thursday, back to the grind, doing my usual, going to work. I feel like I do either laundry or dishes every single day of my life, like I'm sure everyone. And I'm thinking, I'm like, do I really need to be putting this in my planner? Like, I know that's what I'm doing, but I sometimes do. And I'm going to basically work on my handwriting too. I used to have really nice handwriting, and then it's like my brain moves faster than my hands can at this point. So I feel like my writing is just super sloppy, and it super depends on what pen I'm using. Everybody loves these what is this pen called? The Papermate Inkjoy gel pen. I have the 0.7 in the black, and I like the way the pen itself feels, like the way the pen writes, but it makes my handwriting so messy. It's like I almost need a pen that is firmer, like a ballpoint. And I have these pens that I got from Staples a million years ago that I love, and I think they're Pentel, and they come in like a fine point and a medium point, and they just make my handwriting look so pretty, the way like I want it to look. And I think I'm gonna start using those pens in my planner. I always feel this need to use these prettier, more decorative pens, and I don't know why. It's not something that is benefiting me. It doesn't make my handwriting look good or anything like that. So yeah, it'll look cute in a picture, but who cares? Like, she's the pen I like. So yeah, Friday at work, it was my coworker's birthday. I had to pick up balloons for her, and after that, I had to drive one of my coworkers home. His transmission had died, my Frankie, and he wanted to stop at the wine store. There's this store by me. It's like the size of a supermarket, but it's like a giant wine store, and I've never been there. And people talk about it constantly, how it's like you can find anything you want. The prices are really good. So he and I went there, and we picked up a couple bottles of wine. I drove him home. He had, I believe, a date that night, so he was going out with some guy he had met online, and I went home to my husband, who was still under the weather from this stomach bug. My husband has diverticulitis, which is basically like an issue with his colon, I guess you could say. He does need surgery, but he's needed it since I met him, and he's so stubborn, and he has been putting it off for, was it 8 years now that I've been with him? So I told him, this year, you're getting it done. Like, this is enough. I'm not going to be as lenient as I have been. Like, I'm gonna get on him, and I hate to be that type of wife, but I'm thinking maybe I need to be. So on Wednesday, I guess that was the day I had started to do that workout routine. So on Friday, I put down there that I had a rest because literally every muscle in my body hurt. And believe me, I didn't do that much. I did a little bit, and I could barely move. So if that's not a sign you need to start working out, then I don't know what is. Saturday morning, I had some quality time with my little nephew, Andrew, and that baby maniac, he's so funny. He just makes me laugh. He's so bad. He's so bad, but I love him, and he makes me smile. So I like to spend some time with him. I went to the dreaded Weight Watcher meeting with my mom and our friend Donna. I'm so annoyed. Like, I basically gained back the entire 5 pounds I had lost before the holidays. So I'm kind of back at square one now, and it is what it is. I weighed in, I dreaded it, but I got it out of the way, and now it's done, and just got to start over. That's all. Now, my intention for Sunday was that I was going to have my 2 best friends over. We were going to do vision boards. We've been talking about this for months. And I went out, I got food. We were going to do a brunch. I was making mini waffles and chicken and a quiche, and we were going to have mimosas. And as soon as I got back from the supermarket, one of them texted, and she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it tomorrow. I'm so sick, and I have to rest. I don't have any time to take off from work. So the other one answers too. She's like, I've been in bed all day. I've been trying to fight this so I can go tomorrow. And I was like, whatever, guys. We'll reschedule. It's no big deal. Nothing I bought can't be kept in the freezer like it came from. And we'll do it another time. So we'll see what happens with that. I may honestly just do it on my own if they aren't able to meet up with me here. And I really want to do it. I've never done a vision board before, but I think it would be fun and just something to visualize. Obviously, it's a vision board. Visualize my intentions for this year, for my life, and just a constant reminder. This is why you're doing what you're doing. This is why you're working towards a goal, and things like that. So I also had made a plan with my sister-in-law that we were going to go walking / hiking and get started with that. And then she canceled too. She had hurt her ankle. She needs surgery on her ankle, and she was telling me how it was just acting up. I think, Saturday it rained all day. So anyone with any kind of ankle, knee, hip problems, anytime it rains, it makes it so much worse. But other than that, Sunday was kind of a wash. But all in all, pretty decent week. I'm looking forward to getting back into the routine, the swing of things. And I definitely thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you are having a great start to the new year. And I'll catch you next time.